Eating meat, it seems, it is a socially acceptable form of science denial. But imagine if your personal freedom, choosing to eat meat, was affected by oppressive policies, forcing you to stop eating it. Or, to buy it, you had to show some sort of prescription from your doctor. I don't think that would fly. I bet you'd find a way to stick it to the man, wouldn't you? Most people would even find a way to raise cattle or kill an animal to eat meat. Think about it. This is your personal freedom to do the opposite of what science is telling you is the best for you and is the best for society as a whole. Hello there, human beings. Here I am again, Dryce Walker, with explanation, where reason, psychology, philosophy, math, even biology converge into one subject: construction. Today, I'm bringing to you another episode of our series, To Make You Think. I'll be explaining to you why you feel that something is wrong, but you cannot put your finger on it. You cannot tell what it is. You are just bothered by something and you don't know what it is. Stick with me and I will give you the answer. Production, do the logo bumper. Thank you. Has it been 5 seconds yet? Can I continue then? In the back of your mind somewhere, there may be a struggle going on right now. Something seems off, but you can't put your finger on it. Let me explain what it is. This is for sure some sort of cognitive dissonance. That it is when you need to stop and ask yourself, what are the concepts that are battling in your own head? What is it that's bothering you? Something doesn't match what you expect. This is cognitive dissonance. This question is important to figure things out. In my last video, I was talking about the importance to ask yourself questions. See, again, this may be useful to you right now. To find out what the cognitive dissonance is, you need to ask yourself questions. But today, this question is to make a different point. Most of the smartest people on earth don't do this often. They don't stop to ask themselves why they're feeling the way they feel. Especially when an uncomfortable feeling hits them, they dig in their heels and push through on their own narrative. That's usually what happens. Mainly because it is socially acceptable to do so. It is our fault, society's fault, for allowing people to be dumbasses and not listen to each other. It is considered okay to even being a dick about it to others, trying to point out evidence to them. If they feel that their own beliefs are more important than the opinion of others, forget it. You will never get your point across. And if you're dealing with someone of a certain degree of expertise, forget it. you are not gonna get your point across. See, let's use a clear example of cognitive dissonance on a clear issue that should be addressed, but it is acceptable in society to push through and just ignore it, so we all can understand what I'm talking about. Here's the example. Most people, when scientists keep saying that meat is the main cause for climate change, stating that evidence shows that eating meat has too many externalities and we will have to stop because this is killing you and killing the planet. Most of the smart humans that I'm talking about choose to ignore it and give a middle finger to science. Science just doesn't matter to them. Or whenever there are mad cow disease or other zoonoses that keep popping here and there, and scientists again shout clearly that, is that an earthquake? Doesn't matter. Shout clearly that is stopping the practice of eating meat would cease it. These smart humans choose to ignore the science and go on. Society does not frown upon it. It's their personal freedom. Let them eat meat. No one would say this is wrong. Yeah, my point, it is that everyone is rational until you start pointing out that what they like or what they believe in is the actual problem. Then cognitive dissonance hits, and all of a sudden they stop listening and they hate you for what you said. Something is wrong with you, not with them. Something is wrong with everyone else, but not with them. That's how cognitive dissonance helps them be an ass, and we as a society approve it. Eating meat, it seems, it is a socially acceptable form of science denial. But imagine if your personal freedom, choosing to eat meat, was affected by oppressive policies, forcing you to stop eating it. Or to buy it, you had to show some sort of prescription from your doctor. I don't think that would fly. I bet you'd find a way to stick it to the man, wouldn't you? Most people would even find a way to raise cattle or kill an animal to eat meat. Think about it. This is your personal freedom to do the opposite of what science is telling you is the best for you and is the best for society as a whole. You see similar behavior with pretty much all types of oppressions. As an example, feminism. So girls would burn their bras and go out to rebel. Another example is increasing income gaps, wealth distribution. So people would camp out in front of palaces to make a point to the 1%. We are here, we are not going anywhere. Yes, that went away. Also, police brutality. So people would march with Black Lives Matter, even breaking some windows. Where did that go? Usually those issues don't go too far. But there's much more. Cannabis legislation. Unsustainability of plastic use on tech industries and food packages, like forced insurance policies to do certain activities and lobbying to pass laws for the insurance companies, and the one that I hate the most, patriarchy. You get my point. Data and evidence are king until it affects your comfort level, your pocketbook, and your personal choices. Those are your personal freedoms. No one should dare changing it. So we only see two choices, although there are many others, but we only see two. Number one, let people be, doing what they feel is right. Or number two, be serious about all the issues that affect society and should be addressed first, like legislating poison out of processed food, sodas, and snacks that we give to our kids. How about prohibiting big corporations from using plastic in their products? That should be one that's like clear cut, like everyone should agree upon. Or removing pensions from cops involved in violence against people. People in general, not only black people, but people in general. If they have a black mark on their records, they should not be able to get a pension. But there's one that is super important, like legislating that insane wealth, like Bezos, for example, has to come with social programs that in turn should help those that work for the 1% and they are actually building the wealth for them instead of spending on spaceships. And now the big one that I started this conversation about, legislating a permanent ban on eating meat. Good luck with that one. No one would agree with it. They would actually fight big fights about it. That would make everyone hate science, no matter how much science proves that this is not good for you or for the environment. If you think I am on the right track here, please like this video, subscribe and hit that bell. Now, if cognitive dissonance hits you in the heart and you feel something is wrong and someone is calling, is that your phone? No. Just click thumbs down if you don't like this video, because someone is calling someone's phone in here. So a puppy will be set for a week and we have to re-record this, but that's no problem. Just like, share, subscribe meanwhile, and I will talk to you next time. Sorry for the inconveniences of phone ringing and talking about what you don't want to hear, but I'm here with the explanation to explain things to you. And if this has something to do with construction, I don't know. I just decided to talk about it today. Let's use it, because I'm not recording it again. Let's just use the way it is. Do your magic, production. Cut it off. Cut the parts that the phones are ringing and people are talking. And cut. Monster, dude. I need Monster. I'm thirsty. Can I have a Monster, please?